Hello, hello, hello to all my people. Okay, so as you know, today I am going to be talking about what's better, anime or manga. Okay, so listen. I'm going to talk about their strengths first. How about that? And then I'll talk about the negatives because each one has their negatives as well. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about anime. Well, anime is freaking amazing, okay? It is beyond amazing. I absolutely love anime. And I think, especially depending on the studio, anime can be absolutely just gorgeous. There's so many different kinds of episodes, movies of anime that are just beyond just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I guess it's kind of unfair to compare anime movies to manga because anime is usually adapted from a manga, and a manga is usually adapted by a graphic novel. But anime is so gorgeous. There's so many things that heighten the experience when you're watching an anime, you know. It's not just the visuals, but it's also the sound effects and the music and the voice acting. All of these things really bring out more of a character. Whatever character it is, whatever anime or whatever it is that you're watching, these elements help bring out more to really more depth to each, each character or the situation or the story or whatever it is. All these elements that are brought forth through anime is really what I feel like it makes you really connect with a lot of characters. You're able to really connect with characters or really feel what they feel when, especially with music involved, or voice acting. There's a lot of really good performances where, you can truly feel, I'm going to use Haikyuu, for example, because Haikyuu is my favorite anime of all time. And especially in season 3 when they're facing Shira Torisawa, and especially the moments for example, when Suki blocked freaking Ushijima's spike. That moment, oh my gosh, dude, just thinking about it, I'm tingling. It was absolutely ecstatic. I rewatched that moment. I cried my eyes out because up until that moment, Suki did not have a moment in volleyball that really defined his love for volleyball, and that moment for him, for all of us as viewers, we know how much it meant to him. And I think that because of the gorgeous animation and the music and that specific moment, we heard the ball just bounce off of his hand and go straight down and scored because of the block. It was ecstatic. That's the word I use. Literally brought me to tears. That moment was amazing. The anime itself, it brought me to tears so many times, but such an inspirational moment. And again, that was heightened because of the music, because of the sound effects, because of the voice acting. When Suki screamed out, when the whole team screamed out, when everyone freaked out, we could feel what they felt, dude, because of all of those elements. And my goodness, bro, Oh, I gotta rewatch that show, dude. That's how much I've rewatched Haikyuu like 3 times, 4 times all the way through. Like, no joke. I love that show. Oh my gosh, dude, just thinking about it just gives me the chills. But yeah, anime just has that like advantage, I guess you could say. Yeah, okay? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay? Let's talk about manga. Okay? What are the perks of reading manga? Now, manga in itself is also gorgeous, especially depending on the artist. I absolutely love reading, manga. We know one of the biggest perks of manga is that it comes out way before anime does. And we know why, because the artist is literally working on it every single week, like a ton to be able to bring you out these new chapters in real time, basically. It's a crazy profession being an anime or a manga artist. And unfortunately, it doesn't pay as much as it should, because these people put a lot of thought, a lot of work, and a lot of just of their souls into making these gorgeous mangas. And like I said, for the most part, we would not have anime without manga. So we need to be grateful for manga. Absolutely grateful for manga. And the only thing that kind of sucks about manga, well, no, let's not talk about that in this section. We're talking about strengths. Sorry. Manga is, in its own right, also a gorgeous piece of art. It really is very entertaining. The way that it's drawn, again, depending on the artist. I mean, some are better than others, just like with anything in the world. But either way, manga itself is the origin of the story of the artist, and it's so well done. The way it's done as well. It's a very visual kind of story-driven, piece of art. And I'm all about it, obviously. And there's a lot of manga that can't be introduced or made into anime. For example, the one that comes to mind for me personally right off the bat is Pokemon Adventures manga. Pokemon Adventures manga is so freaking amazing. Wonderful adaptation of Pokemon. It more follows the games, but it comes up with its own freaking ideas, and it's gorgeous. I don't know the artist's name right off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up, so I apologize. But if you guys have read Pokemon Adventures manga, and I'm only in Arc 2, I'm only in like the Johto section of the manga. I'm still kind of reading through it every now and then. But dude, the art style is gorgeous. Love the chibi parts of the art that they make, and the story, especially if you're a Pokemon fan, that manga is so like what's the word? It's so, oh my gosh, what's the word? This is gonna piss me off. Faithful, that's the word. Faithful to the games and Pokemon in general. And a lot of the stuff they come up with, like for example, in Johto right now, when Gold was trying to catch the Teddy Ursa and it wasn't working, and then Silver shows him dude, you got to catch him where their energy or their heart is, or whatever it is. And he was describing, and then he caught the Ursaring easily, because he told Gold this in the center of Ursaring's stomach is where he's easier to catch. Something like that. But it was such a cool touch to Pokemon, because in the games you just throw a ball, and in Pokemon Go you try to get in the little circle to get a good, great, or excellent, but it doesn't ever say anything like that. That's why I like the manga, because it brings out this different, more in-depth element to something we've been doing for years. Just pressing A to throw a freaking Pokeball, or just flicking our finger to catch a Pokemon, So it's cool. And dude, this manga came out a long time ago. This idea, that they came up with is a while ago. And there's a lot of other things like that in this manga. But and that's why manga in itself it's its own realm with gorgeous, adaptations of things that we love as well, that are never going to see, an anime, but that's okay. They live in manga, which is great. So yeah. Okay, so which is better? Okay, no, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the negatives. Anime. Oh boy, listen. When animation is horrible, it really just takes away from the experience. I mean, Seven Deadly Sins comes straight to mind. Dragon Ball Super comes straight to mind. Not every single episode, but some of those episodes are just horrible. They're just laughing stocks. And I realize that, they're on a schedule and this and that. They have to cut corners, but goodness gracious, man. It's so bad sometimes. And it's just like, yeah, what am I looking at? But it's not really that much anime. Most anime is really entertaining and fun to watch. But usually in English. Where anime kind of suffers is in Japanese. My bad. I said English. Is when it reaches out into different languages. Spanish is surprisingly really good with like most anime that I've watched. Spanish adaptations, but English adaptations, yikes! It's there's a lot to be desired. There's a lot of room for improvement there. But I will say I do prefer some anime in English, like Dragon Ball is the perfect example, honestly. I like the English voice acting much better than the Japanese. And then, it just kind of depends on the anime. I mean, for the majority of the time, Japanese is really the way to listen to and consume anime. The anime movies, though, like, for example, Belle, that just came out recently, was really well done in English. Boy and the Beast is really well done in English. Studio Ghibli movies as well, great in English. Christian Bale's voice, though, as Hal, yum. But I don't know. It's just it really depends on like the studio that picks it up, how much time they have, and all that, and really how much quality and time they put into their animation too. Because some stuff is just horrendous. And one thing that sucks about anime, which is obvious, it's like it comes out way later than the manga does. And the reason that's a bad thing is because, and this is kind of leaking into more of the manga negatives, but people online are so annoying with spoilers. And, I know people that will literally just want to get ahead in the manga just so they don't get spoiled. For me, that's kind of like cheap in a way. It's like you're kind of reading it just because you have to, sort of thing, not because you want to. You're not there to enjoy it, And so, yeah, I mean, and that necessarily isn't a negative if you don't really like care about spoilers, or if you don't even like go online in like Discords or Reddit or anything like that, and you're like looking for stuff like that or whatever, So I guess it really ultimately depends on the person, but for the most part, a lot of people don't like spoilers, which is, again, it's understandable. Absolutely understandable. So anyway, but yeah, I would say that's probably it for negatives of anime from what I'm thinking. With manga, I mostly just don't like that's what I basically just mentioned. It's annoying that people just love to spoil people and I don't know. The thing that sucks about manga as well, it's like not all, and I was kind of talking about this in the positive stuff, but now I'll like actually mention it, is like not all manga gets converted into anime. It really depends on how well the volumes sell to be able to be converted into anime. And the other thing that sucks too is a lot of like anime doesn't get a second season because the manga doesn't sell enough, unfortunately. And so really the biggest negative with manga, I think, is just how like low the income is in terms of like the artists getting paid, you know? Or like how, I mean, it's understandable too. It's a very challenging field. Everyone's wanting to make their own manga. And although they're extremely talented, I mean, the Japanese, bro, I'm convinced that they are the gods of creativity. I mean, manga and anime, the stories, the characters they come up with, the situations, it's incredible, dude. I can't even, for me personally, and I've told my dad this and I've told my wife this, it is for me by far the best form of storytelling is anime. It's just absolutely incredible. And video games too. I sincerely believe the best form of storytelling are those mediums. And it's all from Japan for the most part. It's all from Japan. And it's so amazing, dude. They freaking are amazing at it. And so, yeah. So basically, I don't think I can think of any other negatives for manga. I mean, the art style compared to anime is not really a negative. It's just, you know, there's still images, you know. Anime actually gets animated. So it's not a negative really. It's just kind of, you know, manga's manga and anime's anime. So I think that's basically it for the negatives. So let's decide on the winner. Who wins? Is anime better or is manga better? What do you guys think? Let me know. But for now, I'll tell you my decision. My decision is anime. The reason why is because I just absolutely enjoy anime much more than manga. Like, I know manga is easier to read, you can get through material quicker, but I'm not trying to race to finish a story. I want to thoroughly enjoy the story, the characters, everything. The only thing I don't necessarily love about anime sometimes is that because they're so, you know, they're getting ahead maybe of the manga. Well, they're not going to get ahead necessarily. It's just they're getting closer to where the manga's at. They've got to make like filler crap. And usually filler sucks balls. So, yeah, there's that. But still, it's like, for example, One Piece. I barely watch any filler with One Piece. I just watch the canon stuff, you know. And most of the anime that are very long, I'll do that. I'll skip the filler. Yeah, but like, anime is just so gorgeous, dude. Like, it's just absolutely amazing to watch. I cry more watching anime than I've ever cried in my whole life put together. Like, in like moments in my life, like happy moments and sad moments. That might sound sad to say and hear, even in my own ears. It kind of sounds weird to say, but I'm honest. I'm being 100% honest. I have cried more watching anime than I have done anything else in my life. I mean, they just get it out of me, dude. Oh my gosh. And there's studios that are better at doing it than others, like Mappa, for example. Gorgeous. Or, crap. What's the studio that does Demon Slayer? Utopia? No, I forgot. But there's some studios that just are better at drawing. But this isn't like Haikyuu isn't done by or maybe they are. I don't know. Basically, I love anime. And I'm sorry to all the manga people. I don't hate manga. Let's clarify that right away. I love manga. I'm reading Dragon Quest Dies manga, and it's absolutely amazing. And I actually think I prefer it a little bit more than the anime so far. But then again, I think about the anime. I'm like, okay, but the anime is amazing. But anyways, yeah. So that's basically my thoughts. You might agree with me, and you might not. And if you don't, let me know. And if you do, let me know. So yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk about manga and anime. And let's move on quickly to that's basically all I have to say, really. So thank you for that portion of this episode. I want to talk about what I'm playing / what I'm watching / what I'm doing. So basically, all the stuff that we know before: Dragon Quest Die weekly, One Piece weekly, and I'm trying to get in a better like Attack on Titan like frequency because those episodes are amazing. And yeah, I actually started playing Kingdom Hearts 3 today, which honestly I was kind of surprised I started playing. But the biggest reason I started playing it was because I'm trying to find a different game that's not Mario to play with my son watching, and he also loves Mickey and like Donald and Goofy, and especially every time I go like, you know, trying to copy Donald. I can't do his voice 100%. I can just do that noise. He loves it. So that's why I started playing Kingdom Hearts 3, which I've been wanting to play for years now. And it's been pretty fun so far. I mean, it's very slow in terms of pacing and, you know, with all the cutscenes and stuff, but that's okay. I'm still enjoying it, and I haven't played it much at all. I probably played like half an hour to an hour, but it was still a good time. So I'm excited to keep playing that game any chance I get with my son. So that'll be fun. And then, yeah, like I said, I've been starting to read Dragon Quest Die, the manga, and that has been so much fun. Like, way too much fun. And, yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Is that all I've done that's new? I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I still haven't played Pokemon Legends Arceus, whatever it's called. I want to, but again, I have to wait because I need to be responsible with my money. And so I might buy it closer to the end of the month, so we'll see. But besides that, I think that's basically it. I really can't think of anything else. I do want to say one thing, though. And I know I talked about it last week, but I do want to reiterate and talk about my new channel that I'm doing called Dragon Quest Papi, where I'm literally reviewing every single chapter of the manga and every single episode of the anime. So every single week, you're going to get 2 episodes on the channel, one reviewing the newest chapter that I read, and one reviewing the newest episode that I watched. And if you're interested and you want to watch my reactions to the anime episodes I'm watching, you can go to my Patreon, where you can watch those episodes, which is the reaction of the episodes I'm watching plus the review. And that comes out a week before the review releases on YouTube. On top of that, the manga reviews also release a week before. So if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and check my channel out on YouTube or Patreon. Either way, I'm very grateful. But if you're just chill with listening to me here talk about video games and anime, manga, and subjects like that, just stay here and chill with me too, bro. It's all good. It's all good. I don't know if you saw my breath, but I can see it pretty badly. If you're watching me on, YouTube. If you're hearing me, you just literally heard me just, blow my breath out with my mouth wide open, which probably kind of weird. But anyways, that's basically all I have left to say or talk about. So I just want to thank you guys for listening to this episode, which is episode 17, I should say, of Polite Talk Podcast. And I'm Bobby Polite, and I very much appreciate you guys for sticking around and listening to me talk to myself in my garage. Okay? If you're listening to me on whatever podcast services you're listening to me on, don't forget to follow and subscribe so you guys can keep up to date with every new episode that comes out. And if you're watching me on YouTube, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you can get notified every time this comes out on Fridays, dog. Cool? Cool. Okay. Thanks, guys. That's all I got. So we'll see you next week. Okay? Bye.